You talk about the aura of New England, those first couple of years, like what was it like for you picking up the playbook, understanding everything, and knowing like what Tom wanted? Like how demanding was Tom on you when it came to the playbook and stuff like that?
Bro, that's why I didn't play like my first 8 games, because I didn't really know the playbook like that. I had the skills, I had the talent, but they didn't trust me. I even had some great, highlights in the preseason that year. I had like 3 touchdowns, dragged Laurinaitis into the end zone. I showed some talent, like I showed some burst. I showed like what the type of player I could be. But then like practice would come still and I would be fucking up tremendously. Like I would have 5 great plays and I would have 5 terrible plays. I'd be blocking the wrong guy. I'd be running the wrong route. And when you're at that level, no matter how good you are, if they can't trust in you doing the right thing, well, you're not going to play in New England. They don't give a fuck how good you are. They're not going to play you. Mm-hmm. And they let me know that. And the first 8 games, I only had about 15 to 20 snaps per game I was playing. And it would only be the true plays that they would trust in me. They say, hey, here's the 20 plays that we trust in you with these 20 plays. We'll call you in personnel when we're going to call these plays. I do like 20 plays a game. And then all of a sudden, I'm balling though. I'm still showing that potential, and they're like, we're not putting you out on that fucking field until like we can truly trust in you. Same with Tom, coaching staff, Bill. And then finally, like I was struggling because the playbook was totally different from college. Like college, I lined up on the right every single play. I had like 5 routes. We had like 5 blocking plays, run plays, and kaboom. Like I learned the playbook in one day. I mean, you get to New England, you got a playbook like that. You got 55 different formations. I got to line up on the left. I got to line up in slot. There's 50 different calls in the run game. I'm like, 50 different calls in the run game. Arizona, we had 5 different run calls,
Yeah.
So I couldn't get up the pace. And then finally, like week 9, all of a sudden, just everything clicked. That feeling when you're like, oh, okay, I got this. I know everything in the playbook. Not everything, but like I know enough now. And then I was showing them on the practice field, like, hey, I'm consistent now. I'm balling, like I'm doing the right things. And then a play, I talked about plenty of times. There's a play versus the Chicago Bears versus Urlacher that I had to body him up. And I did it in practice on Friday, and they're like, we're going to call this play and you better be ready for it. And then it was versus Urlacher. I had to, get big on him in the end zone, 1 yard into the end zone, turn on him, use my body, and then boom, there's the ball. Did it in practice, replicate it in the game versus Urlacher, box him out. Tom put the ball right there, and I caught it. And ever since then, the trust just went through the roof, and I played every single play after that. So the playbook, to you rookies out there, get in the playbook. That's the first thing. It doesn't matter how good you are if you don't know the plays. If you're thinking on the field, you're not going to play. You're not going to be the best player that you can possibly be. So get in the playbook and know those plays right from the beginning.
What was Tom Brady like through these growing pains your rookie year?
He was an asshole my rookie year. He really was. He was like Mr. Bill Belichick's son at that time. I swear he was Mr. Patriot at that time. But and he was on my ass though. But I see why though. I really see why. He saw the potential in me too. I remember one time I ran a flag route and he always wanted me to go outside of the defender. And like I didn't have the fluidity to get outside of him when he was like 2 yards outside of me and try to get open. So I always try to go right inside of him, make a little move, and try to get open the flag route, even though he's playing outside. And he's like, I'm never going to throw you the fucking ball. Actually, I'm never throwing you the ball ever again. He said that in the meeting room after I went inside on the flag route. But he told me 5 times already to get outside. At least show that I'm trying to get outside. But I'm like, it was too hard for me at that time. Like I couldn't comprehend it. The way that my body was moving, I just couldn't do it. And then after he said that, then that kind of clicked in me too. Like, oh, fuck, I got to really try to show him that I'm getting outside. And just to have a quarterback to be that hard on you at the beginning, though, as a young buck, it can definitely deteriorate you a little bit. But he saw all that potential because then right after he would say something like that, he'd be like, yo, stay after me with practice. Let's run this route 20 times. Let's get you on the same page. You have to finally click. I'm going to keep going until you click. So he was really, really hard on me. But I see why, and I respect it to the highest T, and I'm so glad that he was that hard on me as well, because we would have never gotten to the page and the chemistry that we were at if he wasn't that hard on me. And that's what makes him probably, the greatest player of all time, because it wasn't his skill set, it wasn't his ability to do, you know, what he does on the football field. It was also the ability to bring the best out of his teammates around him.
With Tom, it seems like his two main guys throughout his career were like you and Edelman, or just like kind of like his core guys all the time. At what point did you feel like, all right, I'm really in Tom's pack? Because a guy like that, of that superstardom, dating models, marrying the models, like he seems like he's like one of the first guys in the NFL to be like above the NFL. And for you to be like in that group with him, was there like a moment where you're like, okay, I know I'm Tom's guy now?
Kind of that moment, you know, my rookie year, you know, I felt like I got in the pack, like after that play versus Urlacher, but I wasn't truly in it yet. You know, we had Wes Welker as well. I mean, Randy Moss, you know, just got traded in my rookie year. So he was in that pack as well. Deion Branch got traded back. Like he was in that pack, even though he left for a little bit with the Seahawks. We had a couple other players as well that I could see that he truly trusted and that he truly looked to. And I would say I truly entered that was my second year when I blossomed. And that was my absolute goal as well. We talked about, having that lockout, but in me going ham for 6 months straight, but also in back of my mind, football was always there and I always wanted to be the greatest. And I remember calling my agent, Drew Rosenhaus. I said, I'm gonna be the greatest fucking tight end this season. Watch. And he's like, oh, okay. I mean, he's like, you got Antonio Gates, you got Jason Witten. I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be the greatest tight end this year. And like I had that as a mindset, and I'm gonna be on the same page as Brady. I get what he wants now. And then going into that training camp, everything was just clicking, and I entered that pack of that trust, because to get that trust from Brady and the coaching staff, you have to be a consistent fucking player. I don't care. You can show a burst of going deep and making an amazing play, but if you can do that 1 out of every 10, I mean, you're not in that pack. You're not going to have that trust. So I showed that trust going into my second year, and then that's when it just all truly started clicking, and it lasted for 10 more years straight.
How did that, was it always respect from Tom when he's hard on you in those moments like your rookie year? Or are you thinking like, yo, this dude's a fucking asshole?
I thought he was.
To where you're kind of resistant to like, hey, let's stay after practice and do 20 reps. And you're just like, fuck, man. All right.
No, I thought he was an asshole for sure at first, you know. I'm telling you, he was Mr. Patriot my rookie year. Like he was Bill 2.0. I swear, like I'm like, man, this guy's zero fun. Zero fun. Like zero. But I kind of understood it at the same time. Not to the full extent, you know.
But once you're in once you're in, you're growing, you're progressing, you're getting better. You're thinking, all right, this is where I need to kind of buy in.
Yes. And then once I bought in too, he loosened up as well. Like he just wanted me to buy in and get rid of all that bullshit that was going on the outside, or me not paying attention in the meetings, or me not doing what I need to do out in the football field, because he saw it in me. Like he sees potential in players. He knows players inside and out. Like he can watch film, Tom. He can break down a player's strength. He can break down their weakness. He can break down how to get open versus what you got to do. He can even break down a defensive lineman, like, and know their strengths and how to block a defensive lineman. He knows the game of football like that. And that's what made him so great, obviously. So he knew what I needed to do out on the football field. And when I started finally doing it, when it started clicking to me and I was starting to truly understand, that's when that relationship really blossomed. And he was less hard on me. I mean, still to this day, he's hard on his players. I mean, even once you get that relationship going, because he wants that relationship to keep building, you know. But it wasn't like my rookie year. Rookie year was tough at some points, but I saw why, and I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful that he was like that. I needed it. Put it that way, I needed it.
How hard were they on Julian Edelman? I just listened to Bill Belichick on the Pivot, and it seems like they were extremely hard, or Coach Belichick was extremely hard on Julian when he got to New England.
Well, he was a year before me, so I didn't really see his rookie year like that.
That dog has got sleep apnea.
Ralphie's snoring right now. He's a good boy, though. He knows we're working.
He's a good boy.
He knows we're working.
He feels safe.
Yeah, he feels safe. He's just relaxing. That's a good boy right there. So, but later on, if we keep going, he'll eventually let us know, like, hey, motherfucker humans. Hey, motherfucking humans, it's my turn. Throw me the ball. But he's a good boy. But Julian was absolute dog. And they loved getting under his skin. If you got under Julian's skin, it brought the best out of him. And I would say same with myself, you know. And that's why they were hard on players there. Coach Belichick knew how to get into players' minds, even if it was in the most asshole way. You know, that's why we respect it so much and we appreciate it, you know, to this day, because he was really trying to make you the best fucking player that you could possibly be. And he was trying to bring the best out of you, and he sure did it. Even though whatever way he was doing it, you know, it could have been vicious, you know, it could have been like, yo, I'm about to trade you. Like, he could have just been making it up. And then you would go absolutely balls, you know, out on the practice field and in games. So he knew how to bring the best out of players, especially the ones that he knew wanted it. And Julian was a guy that wanted it, and he brought the best out of Julian and whatever techniques he was doing to get under Julian's skin.